Hungary and Serbia just finished 2-1 to Hungary as they sweep, I guess if you want to call it Serbia, 2-1 in both matches, 4-2 overall. And it just felt like Hungary punished us. Every mistake that we made, they were able to score on. Maybe not so much in this second match because they did have a number of chances in the second half that didn't. Thankfully for us, they didn't score on. But in the first match, pretty much two chances, two goals. In this match, they had two chances and two goals in the first half. I guess they both scored both goals in the first half, and then later on, they had a little bit more. And at the end of the day, 2-1 victory, and they're through to the Euros. I wanted to start with the lineup. So two surprises, I think maybe three. Different formations. So Erakovic was the right back, and we had um, Terzic as a left back. We also saw Gacinovic get his first minutes in a very long time. We saw Tadic come off the bench, and I think what a lot of people thought was a bit of a surprise. So change of formation, a couple of different players in the starting 11 for Serbia, which is something that I don't think that a lot of us counted on. But getting into the match, the chance that kind of sticks out for me the most is Gacinovic's chance where he put on the afterburners in the first half, 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. I was watching the match with my father, who said that the goalkeeper, kind of cut off Gacinovic's angles. I'm a firm believer if you're already 3-4 yards away from the goalkeeper, you should have a shot on goal. Instead, he had three options. He picked the worst one. So first option was having a shot on goal, which I think he should have done. Then what I didn't realize for watching the game live after I saw it on replay is that he had Mitrovic. He could have squared it to Mitrovic, who was all alone about 8-9 yards out. And he went for the third option, which was giving it to Sergei Milinkovic-Savic, who couldn't catch the ball. It was just way too far for him to reach. And that could have, different result there. It's a different game. Later on, he had Gacinovic also had a chance where he missed the ball completely. Živkovic and Mitrovic 2-on-1 pretty much against one defender. Živkovic's ball was a little bit too strong for Mitrovic to catch. I think that Živkovic should have released the ball a little bit earlier as well. And then punishment from Hungary came a few minutes later, where Nego took on Terzic and squared the ball, and just a pretty easy goal overall. Our man marking again all over the place. It doesn't seem like the formation really matters to us. We're just defensively really bad, and Hungary exploited that, and they exploited that in both the matches that we played against Hungary. And honestly, I think a lot of teams have exploited us in this qualifying round. A lot of us thought it would be a lot easier than it has been, so to say. But when your back line is, you concede pretty much every game. Nothing's really that easy. And then we get the goal back off a beautiful set piece. One thing I'll say is our set pieces were actually pretty decent today. We threatened Hungary a lot on our set pieces with our height. And with Mitrovic there and Pavlovic, there's a lot of players that you really have to be careful there. You have to be cautious of. And you have to man mark very well. And Stakinja Pavlovic, kind of got out of the crowd and was able to head the ball home. And then 1 minute later, Hungary scores. One of the first few things that you learn as a kid playing football is if you score, don't let your guard down. You can't allow the team to score right after you score, and that's exactly what happened. Pretty much off the kickoff. Again, I think it was Nego. I can't remember. I apologize. I don't know who scored the second goal. I forget now, but just caught it really nicely off the bounce. Exceptional goal. Again, man marking was off yet again. I have never been Milinkovic's biggest fan, and I just don't. The first goal he kept Nego onside, so first and foremost, and the second goal he just kind of got lost. And you go into halftime thinking that you deserved a better result than what you currently had. I thought Sasha Lukic as well. Let me point him out. I'm not his biggest fan either. I don't think he's that good of a footballer. I thought he was really good in this match, and maybe his best performance for the national team. Um, since he's been called up. I thought that he was very good distributing the ball, and we had a lot of the ball in our feet. But like, it's not really how much of the ball you have; it's what you do with it. And we had a lot of chances. The problem is, for a national team, we need 4 or 5, 6 chances to score one goal. That's an issue. When you take a look at Hungary, what they scored 4 goals in these 2 matches, they had 6 or 7 really good chances. So that's way over 500. So you got to be able to take those chances and to score those goals. And we weren't clinical at all in the 2 matches that we played against them. We honestly haven't been that clinical in any of the qualifying matches that we've played. Um, the one thing I'll say about Stojkovic is, he just brings on more ammo ever since he's been the manager here. You need a goal, I'm just gonna throw on 2 or 3 more guys who I think have the possibility of scoring, who are defensive players. We saw Radonjic come on, who I was very disappointed in. And I'm not someone who's going to sit here and say, I think this is the end. We should stop calling up certain players, because I honestly don't think that's really that fair. But for Radonjic, like, I mean, you're trying to dribble 3 Hungarian guys about 20 yards away from your own goal. Like, that's insanity. Like, that's absolute insanity. And when you don't get the foul, which there was no foul, they clearly, took the ball off of him, you have no reason to complain. And I think at that point we didn't have any subs. If I had subs, I would have taken him off. Even though he came on maybe 20 minutes prior to that, I would have taken him off. Tadic came on at halftime. I thought that he was really lethargic this match. Didn't think he played really that well. I don't think Mitrovic played that well either. Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, a player I've been on a million times, I actually thought that he was decent today. Kostic, not much going on today either. I thought Živkovic was really good. I was happy to see Terzic get minutes, but in the 45 that he played, I don't think he was that great. But I like the pass that he gave to Gacinovic, actually, for that one chance that I talked about at the beginning of the video, was very on point. And Gacinovic did an excellent job of staying on side as well. And just like I said, didn't pick 3 options. He picked the worst one. And yeah, so in terms of that stuff, I think we were pretty bad in 2 goals called back due to offsides. You had that situation off the corner kick where we hit the post twice in 3 seconds. The ball just wasn't going to go in the back of the net. And after we hit the post on that one possession, I definitely didn't see a way for us to score in this match. It was just going to be very hard. But Hungary is just a very organized team. When you take a look at the roster, there's not a lot of guys that the average footballing fan might know. Szoboszlai is someone that a lot of football fans obviously know because of where he plays for Liverpool. But the casual fan might not even know Szoboszlai, and that's like their best player, and he's been their best player for however many years. I don't know where you would rank Zoltan Gera and some of those other guys, but he's been the best player the last probably 25 years or so. But yeah, the ball just wasn't going in the back of the net. I don't like. There's too many. We tried to get too cute where we try to pass around the box and things like that. You got to have guys who are willing to take shots. I think when Petar Ratkov came on, he unleashed a shot from about 18 yards out. I mean, as a center forward, have a go, man. It's even Mitrovic sometimes gets way too cute with the ball, and Tadic does it. Especially Tadic. Tadic would take an assist over a goal any day of the week. And I think there's sometimes where Tadic has to have a goal on net as well. And yeah, 2 more matches left against Lithuania and Montenegro, both at home. We could secure a spot at the next Euros as early as, I believe we play on Tuesday. So as early as Tuesday, I hope it doesn't go back to. I hope it doesn't fall back on the. Bulgaria. We have in our last match. I hope it doesn't fall in the Bulgaria match, because anything can happen. But yeah, I think we will be able to beat Montenegro and be at our first Euro since 2000. I mean, I was a child. I was, what, 12 years old or something like that. Yeah, a long time ago. But I mean, there's certain things that you could take out of this match. I think that the 4 at the back worked a lot better. We have to take into consideration this was Terzic's first match for the national team in I don't know how many, like 2-3 years probably. So I'm not going to hold it against him too much. Irakovic at right back as a right back. I mean, he's not a permanent solution. He's not a permanent answer at that position. I think he's much better as a center back, and I think he's better than Milenkovic. But with a performance like this, I don't think head coaches kind of look at it and say, well, yeah, he performed poorly at a position that he's not familiar with. Therefore, we'll move him. This was kind of his one shot. Who knows when he's going to get the next shot? I hope it's soon, but sometimes it just doesn't work out like that. So, um, yeah, like I said, 2 matches left against Montenegro and Bulgaria, and yeah, we got to be able to perform better. It just has to be better. Our goal scoring hasn't been that great in this qualifying phase for the Euro 2024, but it has to be better in the next 2 matches where we have a chance to kind of book ourselves a trip to Euro 2024. Also, Lazar Samadžić again can't get on the pitch. I don't know what the heck is going on. Certainly a better footballer than Radonic, I think, or there's somewhere there, but he's still a young player who I think deserves a chance. He's been playing pretty well for Udinese this season already. I think he has a couple goals to his name, so sometimes you question it. I think Filip Đuričić, I'm a big feature fan, but he didn't do much as well, apart from that one chance that he had in like the 93rd or 94th minute. He kind of came on and you didn't hear much about him until that particular chance. So, yeah, look forward to the next 2 matches to kind of end this Euro qualifying phase, and hopefully we'll be at Euros. And yeah, if you like um, the Serbia videos, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Let me know below what you think in the comments of the back line, certain players getting a chance, others not. The performance overall, where do you think the team is headed? Because I don't even know where I am with this team. Like the back line, there's just not enough quality. Like that's just it. We could say whatever it is, the formations, which I've said before as well. The formations maybe don't suit these guys. At the end of the day, we just don't. I don't think we have the quality in the back line to be sufficient. I think Srđan Pavlović, I love when he pulls the ball in and attacks the opposition. I love when he does that. There's people who absolutely hate that. I like it. I love it actually, because he's showing other players that if I have to do this, then we're in trouble if I have to do this. Basically, if I have to be the most creative player, if I have to be the guy who pushes forward and has to do this, then we're not doing our job as a national team. So, like I said, I like when he does it. A lot of other people don't like it because he's a center back. So if he gets caught, you're kind of caught out in numbers. But yeah, an okay performance, but the result obviously 2-1, not what we wanted.